Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us today. As you can see, we have some special announcements, but I will let the mayor speak to that. We have a few things to talk about today, and then, of course, we will open it up for some questions.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. First, I want to give an update as it relates to the severe weather that we experienced this past weekend. We had a press conference yesterday speaking to downed trees, advising residents not to approach those trees because there can be power lines wrapped up in those trees. Also, barricades across various parts of the city that are there for people's protections. Again, crews are out now removing what is left of any of those fallen trees. A reminder, homeowners are responsible for trees that are on their property. The city, by law, cannot go onto private property and expend public funds to remediate private issues. As I stated, legal is issuing, they're going to be issuing on my behalf a state of emergency that should assist, or it could potentially assist, depending on your insurance program, with any claims that you may have. MEMA and Hinds County EOC are still doing damage assessment across the city. There is a damage threshold that the city has to meet in order to see any reimbursement, but we do want to, address the fact that it is an emergency. Whether we reach that damage threshold or not, it could potentially be helpful to residents, as I mentioned. Once again, just a reminder, when you see a barricade, do not remove them, do not go around them. They are there for your protection. The next thing that I want to talk about, shifting the page a little bit, or shifting the tone, we recently, and we're very excited to cut the ribbon at Livingston Park, which is right across from the zoo, on our disc golf course. Already we've seen a number of tournaments hosted there. We've seen days where they're packed outside in the parking lot participating. There have been professional disc golfers who have given prize money to people who can maybe do a hole-in-one. We've had hundreds, more than 100 people at just one particular event, and so that's already showing more life in the area, and so we're excited about that. Now we have another exciting announcement of what is happening at Livingston Park. The idea to continue to invest our resources and create spaces which families can enjoy is at the top of our priority list. And so we're looking for how we not only reestablish events, but how we reestablish community. And so our Planning and Development Department has been working to create these spaces. And before I tell you what it is, I won't take the thunder out of Mr. Jai Keaton's, his announcement here. So I'm going to ask our Planning and Development Director, Jai Keaton, to tell you what is next for Livingston Park. Thank you.
Thanks again, and this is an exciting announcement. To the mayor's point, it further confirms the administration's interest in continuing to invest in West Jackson, to invest in the neighborhood and the area around the Jackson Zoo. So yes, the administration approved of $500,000 during budget this year for us to deliver a amphitheater-style staging area that will accommodate 200 plus people. We have finished the schematic design phase. This is what we're presenting here before you today. And it is to continue our investment in small projects. Again, we don't want to sit around no longer and just wait for the $100 million deals. If we can take $1 million or $500,000 and get something activated, get something started, something that the community can benefit from, we're all for it, and that's what we're here to do today. So we were able to partner with McElroy M3A Architects to deliver these schematic designs, and what we'll be doing now is coming back before council to get approval for us to move on to the construction document phase before we put the project out to bid. So I don't have a definitive timeline as of today as relates to when we will start the construction of this, but within the next 2 to 3 weeks we should be going into construction documents, and therefore then we'll go out to bid shortly thereafter. Thank you.
Jai, I thank you and the planning team for your hard work, along with Parks and Recreation. This is beyond just the idea stage. As he said, the money is already there. And so it's merely selecting the contractor in order to produce this. But what we understand and know is that, art influences capital far more than capital influences art. And so by having an amphitheater, it's an opportunity to have, to showcase our musical talents and abilities right there in Smith Park. We then can draw in crowds. We always want to have a 52-week strategy of tourism in our city. And being able to have concerts, whether it's a paid performance or whether it's free, that brings people into the city. It brings them right adjacent to our zoo that we want to make more investments in. But what we're demonstrating is we want to invest in all of Jackson. To be clear, there are very few things outside of those things that we just didn't have the financial resources to do that we've said no to. So when I, defend West Jackson and its need for investment, I do that simultaneous to the fact, Dr. Omari, that Northeast Jackson has not asked me for one thing that I have not delivered, right? Outside of snatching the zoo from West Jackson, right, and taking it to Northeast Jackson. Whether it's been continuing the walking trails, the museum to market trail, we've supported that. Whether it's the overpass that will soon go over Lakeland Drive that says LaFlores Bluff, we've supported that. Whether it's been planning grants in order to make the museum to market trail, happen. Here downtown, we were not included in the kind of, groundbreaking ceremony, but we, the city, surrendered its property in Eudora Welty so that we can create a beautiful green space because we want to work in combination. And so we just want to be clear that we're for all of Jackson. We're for every part of Jackson. And what makes sense, we're going to do. But we're not going to do it in a vacuum. We're going to make sure that the decisions we make have consideration for past decisions that we've made, current decisions that we are working through, and future decisions that we anticipate. So this is exciting for West Jackson. It's exciting to have another venue to showcase the amazing talent that we have in Jackson. And just as the disc golf course in its respect has already been, a great success, this is only one additional step. We have not given up on taking more or greater advantage of the lake that is out there. It's a beautiful landscape at Livingston Park. Far too few Jacksonians take advantage of the opportunity to visit the park, and having the amphitheater will drive more attention and traffic that way. The next thing, just a few announcements here. We want to lift up and support the Hump Day series at Smith Park. The next several Wednesdays, you can enjoy food and fellowship at Smith Park. It is sponsored by Downtown Jackson Partners. There will be several food trucks out there. Just as I just spoke of our amazing musical gifts, we know that we have culinary excellence in the city of Jackson. We are a part of what I call the deep fried South, right? And so we do food, and we do food very well. And so to come out, food trucks give an opportunity not only for you to enjoy a variety of cuisine that is offered there, but also just have a nice day in the park. You wouldn't be able to tell by how it feels outside today, but usually the spring is really nice. I think the weather got misplaced. That's supposed to be, it is the Easter snap, but it's supposed to be up north somewhere. But as we know that the weather will soon turn, this will be something that I think Jacksonians or those that are in the city for business will enjoy. So we want to invite you out to the Hump Day series at Smith Park. There will be music from members of the Mississippi Symphony Orchestra and an appearance by Frank the Camel. I don't know Frank the Camel personally, so forgive me if everyone else is familiar, but apparently Frank will be there. And this will be 11:30 to 1 p.m. Each Wednesday through May 14th. Again, 11:30 to 1 p.m. each Wednesday through May 14th. Another couple of announcements here. There will be another Easter egg hunt. We had a great one at Smith Park this weekend. The Boys and Girls Club also had one in spite of bad weather. But the one at Livingston Park was a great success. I can say that personally because I was there. They had the young people separated by groups. And the interesting thing is they will take hours putting out the eggs. And those young people can get those eggs. It takes 12 minutes exactly before they've picked up every single egg. That's how organized and determined they are. So we want to invite our young people out again, April 19th at VA Legion Softball Complex. This is reserved for children 4 to 10 years old only. Again, children 4 to 10 years old only. My big girl, Alake, has finally aged out of the Easter egg hunt, but Nubia is right there square in the middle of that group. So we want to invite all parents and children to come out that fit within that category, and it starts at noon. So again, April 19th at 12 p.m. at the VA Legion Softball Complex, there will be another Easter egg hunt. In support against all forms of sexual assault, we are lifting up April 30th as Denim Day. Reminder, April 30th is Denim Day, and this is wearing denim in solidarity against sexual assault. We'll have something that begins at 11 a.m. Right here in the garden of City Hall, and there will be food trucks, speakers, and more as we celebrate Denim Day in our solidarity against sexual assault. So we invite all to come and join us in support of speaking out against sexual assault. With that, those are the announcements and pre-determined things that we wanted to speak to you. If you have any questions, we're ready to take them now. Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate that. I have stated that I am willing to participate. I know that the Democratic Executive Committee, had one slated for tomorrow. It is my understanding, not only from what I was told with respect to those who were organizing, that my opponent has declined to participate. I believe he also made a similar statement on Super Talk. I think that the residents still have questions. There are things that they want to know what our positions are. And so I stand ready in order to speak to those and provide clarity. I will say if someone's unwilling to show up today, then they're probably not going to be more willing to show up if they were to be blessed with the position of being mayor. It's about transparency, and I think we owe the residents honesty. We owe them an opportunity to discuss the issues that are near and dear and that they're considering each day. Yeah. But any debate, I know that Working Together Jackson has an event on Thursday, an accountability session that I've indicated that I would be there for. And so, I'm certainly open for those opportunities and discussion. Yes, sir.
So Jackson Water and Ted Hennepin are coming to the city council meeting tomorrow for the introduction of the rate increase. I have two questions for that. So it's my understanding from the stipulated order that that Hennepin has to come to you, consult with you before raising the rates, and then you present the resolution to the council for consideration.
He has the opportunity to present it anyway. He informs us, right? And then the council decides whether they will support it or not. I will state to you that while I know that there are financial needs within our water infrastructure, based on some outstanding concerns, I do not believe that this is the time in order to raise the rates again. Why do I feel that? Yeah.
Can I just butt in? I just wanted to read this. They released a press release this morning. They're going to host a press conference following the city council meeting. And in the press release, Ted Hennepin says this about the water rate increase. He says, "We're not asking for more, we're asking for enough. Enough to keep up the progress our customers are just beginning to feel, continue improving the overall customer experience and system reliability, the proposed adjustment aligns customer usage with actual system costs while protecting lower use customers and maintaining affordability.
Yeah. Well, that is some dancing with the words if I've ever heard it before, right? We're not asking for more, we're asking for enough. I think those residents that will experience hikes in their bill will feel like you're asking for more, right? At the end of the day. They can't go, those that are on set incomes like the lady that I met at our senior center at West Side in West Jackson or in South Jackson, who was talking about how her bill had increased and she has a $600 bill and she lives alone. It'll certainly feel like more to her, right? But here are my concerns. Because again, I'm not just standing in opposition. I'm trying to be real about the needs while at the same time look at the issue of affordability. And so when we address those needs, when you talk about what is enough to run the system, then consider the fact that you're spending millions of dollars in advertising, right? When is it enough to reduce that and apply that more towards what we're asking of residents in order for the day-to-day maintenance? You're spending $3 to $4 million on a building that you did not have to spend on because we have space with the city that could have been an expenditure that was left out. Is it enough when you pay, a contractor $30 million for a maintenance or operations contract, and you did no competitive procurement? You did no search to see if there was a lower possible price. Is it enough, or you're talking about enough when you're only collecting 55% of the bills as recently as February? And so these are real questions that I think people have, and we owe them the answers to. When we come back to you, or when we talk about it being enough, you just came less than a year ago and raised our availability charge. Did you not consider whether it was enough at that time when you raised their rates? And so those are some of the things that we feel are reasonable questions. I'm not trying to be adversarial, right? I'm not trying to be difficult, but I am trying to make certain that we're asking and answering the pertinent questions that the people who are going to bear the burden of this increase want to know. And so these are merely the questions. We have seen, his summary of what he sees as the incoming expenses and what he feels that he needs to deal with. And maybe he presents an argument that changes everyone's mind. But these are still questions that I feel need to be answered for the residents of Jackson. I have. They are aware that it's coming up. I've made it clear not only to them, but to people in the community that he was asking for a 25% increase in the rates. I cannot profess to tell you what their individual positions are. I'll leave it for them to share with you. If I'm betting, if I'm a betting man, I would assume that they may have concerns as well. All right. All right. Thank you all very much, and we look forward to the next development in Livingston Park. Thank you.